All right, everybody. Welcome to day 26 of my Forex trading journey. Hope each and every one of you are having a amazing start to your week so far. We already got a few trades that we're going to go ahead and dive into. We got a buy trade on platinum, buy trade on gold versus the United States dollar, and we're also going to take a buy trade on gold versus euro. So we already got three trades going on right now. We have UK oil, we've got silver, and we also have oil not necessarily giving us any opportunities right now. So we'll definitely need to hold off on those. But in the meantime, we have got platinum getting into a buy. We've got gold versus United States dollar we're getting into a buy. And we also have gold versus euro that we're getting into a buy as well. And just to take a look right here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a small loss right here. And instead, I'm going to close a sell trade that was in profit already. And that's going to constitute our buy trade right there. So I went ahead and I just closed this trade right here. I just took a little bit of a loss right there, 15-cent loss. And instead, I went ahead and I bought or I closed a sell trade that was already in profit in order to get me my my buy trade right there. So right, so right now I could definitely see why as I look into the recent picture right here, I could definitely see a uptrend that's going on right here. So that definitely tells me a little bit more as to why this particular buy arrow was called out for gold versus euro. Gold versus the United States dollar, I definitely see the same thing where we have a little bit of a buy trend right over here. And then just taking actually we can, here, oh, I can't do that. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll put this right over here. Okay, perfect. So I could definitely see why a buy trade was called out in this particular situation right here. Just taking a look at it looks like our buy arrow moved over to the next candle. So that might be another opportunity to dive into gold after that 15-minute candle closes right there. And then as far as, let me see what else we've got going on right here. And so we got gold is right over here. Okay, perfect. And then with platinum, just take a look at platinum right now. We're just in platinum for just one buy trade at this particular moment. So we got a few things going on right here. And again, we do not have any positions for oil, silver, or the UK oil or US oil or silver as of yet. So these are where things stand right now until, of course, with the 15-minute candle closes. So we'll go ahead and we'll move forward from there. But in the meantime, what we'll go ahead and what we'll do is I do want to go ahead and come back to the book that I've been not necessarily reading to all of you, but the book that we've been covering for a little bit, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, the second book in my collection of books that I would recommend reading. Of course, the first one we've talked about earlier in the trading journey, which was Unshakable by Tony Robbins, another great book. I would definitely recommend picking that up, but Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, that would be the second book that I would add to your collection. And the topic I want to talk about is uncommon against uncommon. Now, I want to explain what that means because, that term right there is a little bit vague. So the idea behind uncommon versus uncommon is if you truly want to become uncommon against the uncommon, it will require sustaining greatness for a long period of time. So this particular industry, Forex trading, for example, this is a uncommon industry where while a lot of people practice it in the grand scheme of things, there is a good amount of people, good amount of participants in the market. Not everyone goes into this particular field. not everyone is going to be a Forex trader, and I'm definitely very much aware of the fact there's only going to be a small, I wouldn't say minority, but there is going to be just a handful of people within the population of planet Earth that is going to participate. And so you can say that a lot of us are going to be uncommon in this particular market. And there was something very poetic that I learned from this challenge that I've been taking for the better part of this week called the ClickFunnels Challenge. It's hosted by Russell Brunson. He's doing an absolutely amazing job doing that. And I'm also putting together my own experience with using the product that we're using for the challenge, ClickFunnels. And if you want to learn more a little bit about what's going on in that vicinity, I would definitely recommend checking out my ClickFunnels series to or my ClickFunnels playlist, I should say, to get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But just coming back to the day 2, he was Russell was putting together this funnel analogy. And if I could just draw this funnel analogy just to show everybody what I'm talking about. Basically, this is what a very rough representation of a funnel looks like. I'm most certainly not a artist by any stretch of the imagination. So, don't don't put this or submit this in a art or museum, mind you. But the idea is, as we take a look at I'm just taking a look at some of these trades right here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Gold versus euro is going one way. We've got gold versus USD still going. We've got platinum still going its way. Actually, you know what I should be doing here? Make sure I do this before I forget. So make sure I do this. Making sure I stay on track with the low points right here, since this will be phase 5 of my strategy. Okay, 891.18. Oh, excuse me. Okay, right over here is perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, so the idea behind, just taking a look at everything else. Okay, nothing else. Okay, so the idea behind the funnel is the fact that we have this particular position right here. You have this funnel, and a lot of us are at this line right over here. Now, this particular line is what I would consider. Oh, not that. Let me clear that. There we go. So that right there is the entry point for most people. This is where you are, starting out trading. You're getting through those first initial emotions of trading. And what you're doing at this particular point is you're gaining, you're testing out the waters. You're seeing, is this particular profession meant for you? Is this opportunity meant for you? And you're testing out, you're doing trades. Hopefully a lot of you are practicing on your demo account, because that is definitely something that I preach, that you must practice first with the demo account. What I also kind of like to call this like a trial account, so that you're not falling, not to say that you'll fail, but you don't want to fail with real money first. You would want to go ahead and start practicing your trade, start practicing your concepts, and start practicing your strategies on a demo account, a paper money account. Now, as you go ahead and you go through this entry point, so you're testing out all the different pairs, you're testing out all the different buttons, you're seeing how trading works, you're seeing the concept of how money is going up and money is going down. what will happen is then you'll get to this point right here. And I call that the what's it? So I guess the entry point I would consider the honeymoon phase. This is kind of like the non-honeymoon phase of trading. That's the best way I could think about it at this time. But the idea with the non-honeymoon phase, or the second phase, if you want to call it, of this funnel is a lot of us have seen trading. A lot of us are, are still going to be a part of what we're doing. But now we've got a few of the people. And again, there's no judgment here. I certainly understand that, again, this particular industry, this particular profession is not meant for everybody. And there are going to be people that fall off and will not continue after seeing this particular trading. They'll say, oh, it's, too complicated. This is frustrating. I have no idea what's going on. I don't want to go ahead and continue on this journey. And that is just a factor of life. That's reality. So those people are going to drop off. But to those that stick in the honeymoon phase, at this point, you may have a couple of weeks under your belt, or at least a week, and you say, okay, I've tested out all the buttons. I've practiced some trades on a demo account. Now I'm really wanting to go ahead and take a deeper dive into what we have over here. I want to take a deeper dive into what's going on in this particular industry. How does this all work? What are some better strategies? How can I improve my learning? How can I go ahead and be even more successful on my trades? And that's the definition of the honeymoon phase. Now, as we move forward, again, as you can see, this is not by any means. I am not a Leonardo da Vinci. I am not a Michelangelo when it comes to drawing. So again, this is not art school. But the idea, so as we move forward, now we're getting into the committed phase. See, I don't believe you make a commitment to this unless you go through this a couple of times over. Like, for example, I do believe our journey started at the entry point. Then as we busted our live account, we went to the non-honeymoon phase. And now as we've gone ahead and as we tested a few different strategies, some strategies have been working, some strategies have not. There have been a couple of bloated accounts here and there. Now we're in the committed phase. So at this point, you've decided after, I would say, a month or so, you're like, okay, I'm really wanting to know how this works. I really want to go ahead and I want it, no matter what I need to do, whatever it takes, I'll make sure that I get myself to the point of becoming a master trader. I'll get myself to the point of becoming a master investor. Now, a lot of people, after the non-honeymoon phase, they'll say, okay, it's been a couple of weeks. I've tried. I just can't do it. And they fall off. And so again, there's a gradual descent from people who are at your entry point, who are just getting started with Forex trading, who enjoy the concept or are very intrigued by the concept. Then they realize, oh, it's not as simple as I thought. It's not as easy as I thought, and they drop out. And there are other people who are like, I want to go ahead and still test this just a little bit more. And then we go to the committed phase where the people that are here are very serious about wanting to improve their financial lives, that are wanting to see this concept of Forex trading, financial trading. They want to see it through. And then there'll be people from this phase that, for whatever reason, don't stay with us and they move forward. And so within this particular phase, so, I've been talking a lot about phases, but the idea, mind you, of what is next behind this, and don't mind me, I'm just taking a look right here. Okay. Platinum is at least moving forward in the right direction, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, coming back to here. So the idea, and I'm just taking a look at everything else. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's come back to this. So the idea here, do this in a more clean screen. The idea in this situation is we all start from here, then we come to here, and now a lot of us that are still with us right here, we're at this particular phase right over here. And so if you truly want to become uncommon against the uncommon, it will require sustaining greatness for a long period of time. So in a nutshell, you have to start from here and funnel yourself throughout all the people that are still wanting to trade and separate yourself from the people that don't want to trade anymore. So you want to separate yourself from the outside of the people that are not trading and those that fall off. And you want to stay in, and you want to stay in. You want to stay in for the long term. Staying in constant pursuit and putting out unending effort. It will require everything that you have to give and then some. It will demand singular focus and may upset the balance in your life. And so, I truly don't believe. Okay. So there are a few things that I may or may not agree with, and that's okay, right? But I don't have to agree with everything that's being taught to me. I actually learned this yesterday, which I thought was so cool. You want to take in the good from your mentors. You want to throw away the things that don't make sense in your eyes, and you also want to put your unique flavor, your unique seasoning on some of the teachings. So when I talk about balance right here, that is one thing I want to point out, going back to yesterday's topic, or I guess day 25, depending on when you're listening to this. But the idea was for the schedule, right? To build out your schedule. I truly believe I only need 5 hours trading, right? I need only from about 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Time in order to trade. And then the rest of my schedule, besides me needing to sleep from about 10 o'clock to about 4:30 in the morning, I can go ahead and I can use that whichever way that I want to. I have that time right there to focus on other things that need that need to be focused on. And so I'm not spending a whole lot of time on the Forex trading side of things. There is a delicate balance that I want to go ahead and maintain, because there is such a thing as over trading. And I know I've talked about this before, and I know I'll talk about it again, but I certainly don't want to over trade, because A, I'll get burned out, and B, trading won't be as fun anymore. And now that I think about it, I believe I think I totally forgot to take a buy trade right here, because the the buy arrow moved from this candle to this candle, and I totally I was what's the word I'm looking for? I was asleep at the wheel. So bad Jordan for doing that. And then we've got gold versus euro going in one direction, so that's good. And we got platinum going in a certain direction. And right now UK oil isn't doing anything. We've got silver versus USD not doing anything, and we've not gotten US oil to do anything either. But anyway, I just want to come back to that balance, right? So again, while I do believe it's important to keep going along with the journey, and again, you want to make sure you're sustaining your greatness for longer periods of time. In my opinion, I only need 5 hours to trade. That is my schedule. I just need 5 hours from Monday to Friday, except a holiday. When a bank holiday comes in, like on Monday, we had Indigenous Peoples Day. I don't trade those days. I decide not to, because there's not enough volatility, there's not enough for me to lean on in terms of making trades. So as far as upsetting the balance in my life, the only thing I will say about that, so just not to unvalidate that point, when you start to make your schedule and you start to understand, okay, what needs to be in, what does not need to be in, then there is that point of, okay, there is going to be that upset, there is going to be that period of, wait a minute, my schedule, my internal schedule says I do this. How come I'm not doing this anymore? And so there is that upset of balance in that particular perspective. But as far as the way that I trade things and the way that I do things, I don't believe I have that much of a upset in my balance. Now, granted, that it took me a while to get to my balance, and I do believe it's, I do come back to my last year and a half trading. And I could certainly understand then at that point, there was a very much an upset in my balance in trading. And that caused me to get into a maddening cycle of disparity and depression. So I definitely understand that particular concept. But I do want to keep in mind, once you have this balance should not be upset anymore. If you're already surrounded by people who are at the top of their game, what are you going to do differently to stand out? And I mean, that is the beautiful thing when I think about it, right? Because I do have my differentiation. I do have my own unique strategy, the way that I trade Forex. However, with that being said, I know that there are people way on top of their game in trading right now that I need to grow and I need to learn from, like Salvatore Leto, like Maurice Katz, like Dr. Luis Ariaza. And at the same time, whenever I teach and whenever I have a teaching point, I know that there are, at this particular point in time, people at the top of their game that I am not at that level just yet. Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Grant Cardone. There's a few names I could think of that I have took something from them and I have instilled that into my life. And yet I know that in order for me to be at that level, now, not to say that I'll be the next Tony Robbins and to say that I'm the next Dean Graziosi or the next Greg Cardone or the next Russell Brunson. Don't get me wrong. These are fantastic gentlemen. These are amazing gentlemen. They have built amazing empires, amazing legacies. However, I'm not here to be the next of them. I'm here to be the first of me. I'm here to be the first and the only Jordan Rosario. And that's what we should all strive to be. So what am I going to do differently to stand out is my strategies. How I'm going to stand out is that I am telling my own story. I am teaching in my own way. I am passing along knowledge in my own way. And as long as I can hold on to the uniqueness that is within me, then I can be confident in the fact that I know that I'm moving forward with whatever my ambition is, whatever my endeavor is, whatever my empire wants to be. I can go ahead and make sure that I'm having it move forward in the right direction, even though at the same time, I don't need to be stubborn. I don't need to be rigid. I can take the advice from those who are at a different level than me, a level that I aspire to be one day. Towards the complacency you feel gathering around you, your coworkers and teammates in that rare air, and continue to put obstacles in front of yourself because that's where you'll find the friction that will help you grow even stronger. Before you know it, you will stand alone. And I mean, that's the thing, right? When I took this path, I took this mission, I took this purpose, I know at one point in time, like what I'm doing right here, I am using a lot of the great tools that Longevity 8-Minute Trader provides. I am learning the strategies. I'm learning some of the basic concepts, the foundation I have for my strategy from a lot of the master traders. However, at the end of the day, this right here, this in terms of what we're doing right now in the present, this is all based on my own thing. So I had the I as far as responsibility is concerned, excuse me, as far as responsibility is concerned, I take full responsibility in the channel, in the results, in the content that I put out, and I'm very much comfortable. I very much accept and bear that responsibility, and I take that in the onus that this is the way for me to move forward. And I want that to be for everyone here as well, in a sense of you'll find something that I'm doing and you'll say awesome, and you'll trade along with it, and you're like, I like what he's teaching, but I feel like I have my own little unique way. I want to play around with his strategy, but I also want to find my unique way of doing this and my unique way of excellency. And that is completely fine. Because at the end of the day, we all trade differently. We all have our different personalities. We all have our different goals. We all have our different risk tolerances. As long as we have a proper foundation as to how we're trading, then that is what you need. Because in my opinion, the basic foundation for our strategy, no matter how we need to tweak it, no matter what comes next, is, of course, trend, risk management, and when do we enter and when do we exit a trade. As long as we have those three core principles in mind, and we allowed that to guide our path, I'm just looking around here. As long as we use that to guide our path into what we are doing, then we're going to absolutely be fine. And before you know it, your trading, your dedication, your persistence, your commitment, you're staying in constant pursuit and putting out unending effort, having that drive that says, whatever happened yesterday, it happened yesterday, that no longer is today. As long as you have that within you, as long as you tell yourself it does not matter what's happened, there is a future I have going in this direction, and this is the direction I must go. Before you know it, you will stand alone. Or in another sense, you will stand among those who decided to climb the mountain, didn't give up in climbing the mountain, and are now at the top. Because I do want you at the top. I desire for you to be at the top alongside with me so we can go ahead and we can change the world. Because that is what I'm meant to do here. And again, we all have different spiritual beliefs. We're not going to get into it. But I do feel in my belief system, if you're watching this, you were called to watch this for one reason or another. And my only wish is that you are using this. You're taking something I've said and you're applying it, or I'm opening your mind to this concept of Forex trading, this particular concept of investing, which will allow all of us to grow together. All right, everybody, I'm just going to come back and I'm going to take this buy trade right here for platinum. The buy arrow moved over to the next candle. And not only that, but I'm going to take a look at the low point right here. That's 891.70. So if I do about 150 points downward, that's going to get us to about 890.19. The buy arrow did move over to the next candle, so I'll be paying close attention to that as well. So What was that? 890.19. Okay, perfect. We'll put that right over here. That's fine. And then just taking a look. Okay. Still on the gold versus euro trade, still on the gold versus USD trade, and we're still progressing with that. So we will go ahead and allow that to play out. Nothing doing with all of our other pairs as of right now. So I'll be observing these particular pairs, see what changes with them. I already do know that if this as long as this candle here closes with the buy arrow intact, we'll be getting into another buy trade with platinum. So I'll keep my eyes on that. And if I do have any updates, I'll let you guys know. As always, stay tuned. All right, everybody. So I am going to go ahead and place a sell right here. It looks like this, the price right here broke my line of 891.13. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. So that I have placed a sell trade right there, and that essentially closes out one of our buy trades for right now. So I'm going to see what happens at the 890. Now we do have a couple of things. One, I do have another trade that's going on right now, an ongoing trade that's going on. Plus, we do have the buy arrow right there, so that'll allow us to know if we're still going to move forward with our buy trades for platinum. We do have the down arrow shifting over to gold on the next candle, so we'll need to have that close in order to make our next move. And the same thing has happened with gold versus euro. So I do have one of the buy trades or one of the sell trades in profit ready to close once this candle closes in the next 5 minutes 45 seconds. So just updating everybody on what's going on with platinum, gold, and gold versus euro. We have one potential buy opportunity for euro, one potential buy opportunity for gold versus the United States dollar, closed one buy opportunity for platinum, but we have another buy trade going on, plus another buy opportunity that's a potential for us. And then as far as everything else, no opportunities at that point as of yet. So I'll be taking a look at all these potential trades right here, and I'll update everybody when I get the chance. All right, everybody. So we got a buy trade that's going to happen for platinum. We are going to move the counter. Oh, I got to make sure I do this right. Hold on. So we got a buy trade on platinum that we're going to open up. The low point was 891.01. Oh, I had it. Come on. Hold down. Okay, fine. I'm going to do that. We're going to put that at 889.48. Perfect. We're going to execute a buy trade on gold. We're going to do that. And then we're going to close out the sell trade that was in profit. And we're going to have 2 trades on gold versus euro. So we got 2 trades on gold versus euro that are in the buy position that are open. 3 buys on gold that are currently open. And we've got 2 buys on platinum that are currently open as well. As far as the other pairs, nothing doing on those pairs as of right now. So these are the updates I want to go ahead and give you. So again, we have 6 pairs. So we're going to get a little bit more biz here on our trades, which is absolutely perfect. And again, guys, as far as what we're doing, if following this seems a little bit too fast, then stick to one pair, stick to 2 pairs, stick to what feels comfortable for you. You have to understand that this is day 26. We didn't do all this in one day because that would have been too overwhelming. So you have to understand where you are and make sure you're following. And this is really the only one of the major principles I follow. And I'm so grateful that Dean Graziosi taught me this. One of the main principles I follow is Kaizen, one step at a time. Just do this at your own pace, go at your own pace. But as long as you move forward and you persist, then you're going to move forward in the right direction. So I'm going to make sure that we have all these trades updated. So we got 2 trades right here that are open, 3 trades right here that are open. We've got 2 trades that are open right here on platinum, and then we're monitoring everything else as of right now. And I'll be back with further updates. Okay, everybody. So that sell arrow disappeared there for platinum. So we're going to go ahead and execute some sell trades, close out the buy trades that we are currently in. So that's where we stand with platinum for right now. As far as gold and the gold versus euro, gold versus the United States dollar is concerned, we are still in those trades. The down arrow did move over to the next candle, so that is going to impact our next move as far as what we want to go ahead and do with gold. So we're going to be looking at that for some potential trades. And then everything else as of right now is we do not have a move for everything else as of right now. So we'll keep our eyes out on gold versus euro, gold versus the United States dollar, see what the next opportunity is there. And we will be right back with a further update. All right, everybody. So the sell arrow has disappeared. I'm sorry, the buy arrow has disappeared. We already made some great profit with gold versus euro. That candle just kind of shot up out of nowhere. So I'm going to go ahead and take that as a sign to close that trade right there, which is absolutely perfect. Then as far as gold is concerned, I'm going to close out one of the trades. I mean, it was at 29 pips, like maybe a pip away or a cent away from 30. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that as a close trade right there. Don't need to necessarily get to, and again, if I know I'm like that close away from $3, I'm not going to gripe over a cent being lost right there. So I'm going to go ahead and close that trade out. So right now we had a little bit of a major development, if you will. So we were able to close out we were able to get into some profit on some of our gold versus euro trades right here. Right now we're doing the same thing with gold versus the USD. Platinum is just kind of hanging out on the balance right there. And then we've got silver and the two oils, not, US and UK oil, not showing us anything as of yet. So absolutely perfect. Now we're still moving in the right direction with some of these trades right here, which is awesome. And if there is we're about to see what happens with gold versus USD right there. But as far as everything else is concerned, we are definitely moving forward in the right direction. So as far as any updates I can give everybody, I'll let everybody know as soon as those updates are available. But I definitely just wanted to show everyone what's going on with these trades so far. So further updates, I'll be right back. All right, everybody. So I'm back. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take a buy trade right here. So gold versus USD right now is currently the only open pair, so to speak, that we're looking at right now. Everything else, we don't necessarily have an opportunity besides oil. Oil looks like we do have a opportunity right there. Oh, looks like the down arrow moved just a little bit for us right here. So I'm currently monitoring the gold versus USD as we speak. It looks like it's moving in a downward direction at the moment, which is interesting, although I do see the buy arrow right there. So I'm going to hold on to this trade for just a little bit, see how that progresses right there. In the meanwhile, platinum is moving down. We've got silver moving down. We've got oil moving down just a little bit. And we're just monitoring every other pair besides that. So this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Again, the down arrow did move over to the next candle, so we'll need to wait for the next 15 minutes, see how that particular pair moves forward. So we'll keep our eye out on that. Everything else in the meanwhile, we're currently monitoring as we speak. Okay, so we got oil now. We got oil moving down. We got oil with the buy arrow. Both oils had the buy arrow, so we'll have to wait. Well, this pair will have to wait for the next 3 minutes to see what happens there. Silver, nothing doing right there as of yet. So we got a few things going on in the market right now. A few crazy things that are, or not crazy, few interesting. I'm sorry, a few interesting things that are going on in the market. So here's what I'm going to do. I know I'm not looking at these pairs right now. I'll be looking at oil later in the next 3 minutes. I'll be looking at US oil in the next 3 minutes, which is great because we haven't touched this pair in a while, and it's nice to know that we'll have some activity right there. So again, just looking at each and every one of these pairs, seeing where the opportunity lies. And we'll be able to see where we could take UK oil here in the next couple of minutes. So I'll be monitoring this pair, and I'll let everybody know what happens from here. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and take a buy trade on UK oil right now. Again, the thing about, and US oil just kind of, the buyer disappears, so we don't have to worry about that pair anymore. But the thing about UK oil is that it is about 5 minutes. There's a 5 minute difference between that and some of the other pairs that I'm looking at so far. So it has a little bit of a different schedule, or not schedule, but there's just a little bit of a different time difference I have to manually adjust for whenever I'm looking at buying UK oil from my 2 days just trading on this pair. So it's just something I have to go ahead and keep in the back of my mind as we move forward with oil. The down arrow did move over to, I'm sorry, the buy arrow moved over to the next candle. So we're going to go ahead and watch out for the arrow, or this candle right here, to see how it closes, if the arrow disappears, or what our next strategy would be at that particular point. We're also monitoring gold at the moment, just seeing what exactly gold wants to do in this particular situation. And then besides that, there's nothing doing on some of the other pairs that we're monitoring as of yet. So just wanted to keep everybody updated, up in the loop of what's going on. And when I have a further update, I'll let you guys know. All right, everybody. So let's go ahead and let's keep this party rolling right here. So I went ahead and I closed that buy trade right there. That gave us, again, we're about 7 cents away from 30 pips. Not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things. As far as going ahead and placing a buy, I am going to go ahead and do that, since our buy arrow did technically. I did not do it. There we go. I am going to place a buy there because our buy arrow did move over to this particular position right here. So we're going to go ahead and allow that to play out. So a lot of craziness going on right there. We still have UK oil just about 2 minutes away from that candle close until we could buy another position right there. Other than that, we don't have anything else to do. Well, not anything else to do, I should say, but we don't have anything to take advantage of at this particular moment. So with that being said, we're going to be looking for more opportunities as we go ahead and as we move forward. And again, we got about 2 minutes before that UK oil close. Now, this is so crazy. Now, I was wondering what even caused that particular drop right there and then the wick back. So I want to check forexfactory.com. And again, this is something I've talked about a couple of times before, but I know that we've been not slacking, but I know we haven't necessarily been looking at it as much as we wanted to. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that we did have some red folder news about, what is it? 18 minutes ago, the PPI news right there. With red folder news, that does produce volatility in the market. So understanding that, I'm not surprised that this happened at all. And then ultimately, the market said, okay, that was great, and now let's move back in the upward direction right here. So that's what's going on with gold versus USD, and then oil. We're going to be seeing what the next opportunity is going to be for UK oil, and then everything else is not available at this moment. Again, we got about 50 seconds, so I don't mind waiting until we take that trade. But I mean, that's the beautiful thing about what we're doing, right? The market is unpredictable. We can't control it. There's no need to control it. So our plan is our plan. We just stick to our plan, and we don't need to deviate unless it is absolutely necessary and there's not a long-term sustainability to this particular plan. So, we are experimenting with our strategies, no doubt about that. I do not want to, say that this is a particular strategy that, has been, I mean, as far as what we've been doing, there's been a phase 1, there's been a phase 2 for most of these pairs. Both of these pairs are on the phase 2 strategy. Platinum has been a little bit different just because right now we've just been needing to find out what exactly works. I'm going to place a buy opportunity on a UK oil, by the way, just to let everybody know, like, this is what's going on. But I mean, as far as what we've been seeing from UK, as far as what we've been seeing from Platinum, there's a few strategies. We've blown our accounts about 4 or 5 times already with Platinum, so we know that there's a specific strategy we have to use. We also have to understand that there is a ridiculously high spread when it comes to Platinum, so there is a strategy, and that's why we tested on the demo account first to make sure that there is sustainability with this pair before we actually place it on a real account and really regret that particular decision right there. So it's very important that we do that. And as far as the other pairs, all the other pairs have been working as far as our 15 minutes go, trading on the 15-minute time frame and not deviating from phase 2 of our strategy. It's really just Platinum that needs a custom strategy on its own, and I'm confident we're going to find it. It's just a matter of going through all of the what we call things that aren't working. We can call it failure, and we should be empowered by failure, which we'll talk about a lot more. I plan that as one of our future topics for later, but we should be wanting to go ahead and experiment with what we're doing right here. So as far as everything is concerned, we've got about 3 open trades for gold, 2 open trades for oil, and nothing else on the other pairs as of right now. So when I have an update on these particular pairs, I'll let everybody on here know, and we'll move forward from there. All right, everybody. So I am back at it. I'm going to go ahead and place a buy trade here on this particular on US oil right here. The buy arrow did move over to the next candle, so we got a few trades in play on that. I have also got, hold on, I did not mean to do that. I've also got gold right here. We just got 3 trades right now that are currently in play. Nothing on, we do not have anything on oil. We do not have anything on gold versus euro. We do not have anything on platinum, and we do not have anything on silver as of yet. So still looking at all these particular pairs for a potential trade opportunity in the works. Again, we have got 3 open buy trades on gold, 3 open buy trades on oil. And if there is a further update that I can give to show everybody what's going on, I'll definitely let you guys know. Until then, stay tuned. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close out some of these sells right here. The buy arrow has indeed disappeared. So we did lose that trade on oil, but that's okay. We will bounce back on that particular pair. We're still in gold. So gold is still, we're still going to go ahead and hold on to gold for at least a moment. And then as far as everything else is concerned, we do not have an opportunity as of yet. So we'll be checking ourselves out on gold then. You'll see we'll be able to see exactly where gold wants to go, exactly how we want to go ahead and proceed from there. But I wanted to go ahead and give everybody just another update. Again, it's been about, I would say, a relatively busy morning with all the trades we've taken so far, which is absolutely beautiful. That's what I love to see out in the market, to get that activity. And so when I have a further update for you guys, I will definitely let you know. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close that trade right there. We were at 30 pips, and I was going to close it, but I wanted to show off the actual me just kind of closing out that trade right there. So that's perfect. We were able to go ahead and close one of our trades. So we got 2 more open buy trades coming along for gold, oil, the other oil. So both UK and US oil, gold versus euro, platinum, and silver. No opportunities as of yet, so we're still waiting at those at present moment. So this is what we have so far. So we are, we're still kind of taking on trades, taking a look at different opportunities here and there. And when I have a further update for you guys, I will definitely let you know. And just like that, I had another update. I closed that trade right there. Again, it was at 30 pips, and again, I kind of missed the boat to closing that, but that's okay. For me, it's really not a matter of me securing the profit. It's just me understanding I can close these trades, show you guys that we're able to get out of these trades when we can, and we're able to make sure we are able to compound and grow our account that way. So I don't worry about necessarily missing out on the 30 pips exactly. If I see if I see that the trade has hit 30 pips, I will go ahead and get that trade closed. That way we can move forward and move on to the next trade right there. So kind of taking a look right here. There are no other trades that I can see at present time. So we're still in this open gold trade right now. We got one more open gold trade before, and we want to make sure that hits 30 pips before we go ahead and close that particular trade. So I will be on the lookout to see exactly when that happens. And of course, when that indeed happens, I'll definitely let you guys know. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and close the session out for today. I just wanted to make sure I came back on and let you guys know how we did. So gold, we absolutely got some amazing trades out of it, and we're able to come out victorious in this pair. UK oil, well, we did take a loss, but that's okay. We will bounce back from that. US oil, we did not do any trading, so we'll move forward from there. Gold versus euro, we were able to come out with a few pips on this particular guy right here. So I will go ahead and I'll label that as a victory. Platinum, we did take a loss on there, but that's okay. We'll definitely bounce back from that. And silver, we did not do any trading on that pair. So this has been day 26 of the Forex trading journey. And of course, if you want to go ahead and reach out to me with any questions whatsoever, you can do so in the comments in the YouTube channel. You could also find me on Facebook, if I can spell Facebook right. That would be Jordan Rosario. You can also find me on Instagram at Jordan Rosario 777. You can find me on Twitter on WC_Emp_Rosario. And I've got a website that's coming out as you know, on ClickFunnels. I'm building up my website, which is really, really cool. I'm really loving the process right there. And that will also be available at some point. I wouldn't recommend going on there right now because there is just a bunch of stuff I have to clean up before I can move forward with that. So this has been day 26 of the Forex trading journey. Everybody, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, happy trading.